Well, what the governor of Zamfara is saying, Matawali, is very good. You can describe what is happening in Nigeria today is getting out of hand. There's a recent case yesterday at one of the Catholic church at Akure here. The attorney general of the state, Etila Oshas, is about to enter the church. He now saw a woman dressed with a hijab. Immediately he now called the security to chase the woman away. At the same time, along the process, a man jumped the fence of the church. He stole a phone. Then he now called the Amotekun security outfit. They now hand over the man to the security. So what is happening in Nigeria today now is get out of hand. So every individual you have a gun. So what the man is saying, I support it.
The government gave order for the ban of Okada, selling of petrol to Okada riders, and closure of market in 3 units. Can that solve insecurity happening in the country?
Well, I don't know what is happening there. Actually, we only read what is happening on the paper. Maybe he has other means of curbing the security there. But I discovered that even if he banning Okada, it will still create unemployment. But this government now today, he has told those who are rich to poor. So those who rich, they become poorer, more and more. So my advice for him is that let him number those Okada and give their ID card and give their apron, so that you will not just say you want to buy them because you are family people. So applicable to the market as well. Those who are buying and selling the market, who do have other means of their livelihood, if they drove them away, it will be another problem. So it shouldn't do so. You should just call them to order and give them rules and regulations. That's just it.
Zamfara state government tells citizens to get guns to defend themselves. What can you say about this?
Well, that's self-defense. Of course, we can't blame the governor for saying that. This man has been living under the siege of bandits and terrorists for some recent time now. The entire north is under the captive of the bandits and terrorists. If people going to market to go and kill people, going to farm, beheading people, all manners of things in public places. And I've visited in the south. See what happened in our visit. So the government is saying everybody should go and take gun to defend themselves. Of course, that's not the best option anyway. But if that will bring peace to the state, of course they should go ahead and do that, so that at least these people will know that at least the people are ready for them, and that they'll be cautious, and maybe that will reduce the levels of their crimes and their criminalities in that region. It's unfortunate that people no longer have value for lives. People are dying in hundreds, in thousands. We had about all manners of terrorist group, Al-Qaeda, Chabal, ISIS, or ISWAP, and the rest. So it's unfortunate. I don't know how we get it wrong. How we get it wrong, I don't know. But there's no amount of measure that can be put in place to curb this. So if the issue of carrying gun to defend yourself, if that can bring peace to the state, of course they should go ahead and do that.
Okay. The government gave order to ban Okada in the state and also directed securities to shoot at sight any violators of the Okada. With this, won't it lead to unemployment in the state, or will it curb insecurity happening in the state?
Banning of Okada and shoot aside by the governor, of course, if you look at the trend of this recent event, you know that some of these Okada riders, not them particularly, but they are using them to perpetuate those evils. Do you understand? So if the government is saying you want to ban Okada, well, I don't know why he's doing that. Maybe to bring peace to the state, but I would have suggest a restriction, maybe from 6 to 6 or 7 to 7 and things like that. Not a total ban on Okada operations. Of course, it can lead to an unemployment. You are aware that the country already a lot of millions of people are unemployed, graduates riding Okada, and there are joblessness everywhere. So if you are banning Okada now, let us see as if you are trying to solve one problem and create another problem. So there should have been a kind of a restriction order from certain period, not total ban, so that the youth will not be jobless and idle. So government should at least put in place normal measure. They should rethink before doing those things. You understand? And in our state, what is happening? The government has just put in a law on the executive law on the CCTV. So that's part of the measure to curb it. He has told every public places, shopping mall, schools, hospital, event hall, hotels, motels, schools, and the rest, putting CCTV. It's a good measure, but I just wish that we'll be able to solve that problem. God bless you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What is your name?
Engineer Ibrahim.
Zamfara government tells citizens to get guns to defend themselves. What can you say about this?
Personally, what I would say is that the excesses of the bandits and the state of insecurity in the state, that was what prompted the government, because I think the government has failed in their basic responsibility to protect the lives and property of the citizen. So now security is everybody's business. So if the citizen can defend themselves with the uses of ammunition, so to me personally is good. But my fear is that the weapon or the guns should not end up in a wrong hand also. So the government need a lot of things to put in place, maybe licensing guns for, and maybe even checking people mentally before the gun is being issued to them. That's what I would say personally.
The government gave order to ban Okada in the state and also directed security to shoot at any site, any violators of the Okada. With this, won't it lead to unemployment in the state? And also, will it curb insecurity happening in the state?
You see, desperate times calls for desperate measure. This is desperate time. And in life, security first, safety first. So maybe it will lead to unemployment or not. What matters most first is safety and security. Once that one is guaranteed, the rest will follow. So we all know the activities of these bandits is always being carried out by users of motorcycles, popularly known as Okada. So if it's banned, it will go a long way curbing the security. No, everything also have disadvantage. It will also bring about unemployment, but in everything we do, we must put safety first. And I believe personally it will go a long way in curbing or tackling insecurity.
Actually, the level of insecurity in Zamfara has turned to another thing that people have to resort to self-defense. So the Mr. Governor of Zamfara telling his people to start carrying guns to defend themselves, I think is a good development, but people have to do it with decorum. It's not that they should start shooting or killing people indiscriminately. So I think it's a good development. People have to defend themselves because the security apparatus of Nigeria has failed us. And in a state like when they cannot go to market, they cannot go to working place, they cannot go to their business places, I think they have to resort to self-defense in order to save their life from being killed.
The government gave order to ban Okada in the state and also directed securities to shoot at sites any violators of the Okada. With this, won't it lead to unemployment in the state, and will it curb insecurity happening in the state?
Actually, insecurity is one of the major of unemployment, because it's when the outside is safe that you can go to your business, that you can go to your working place. It's when the outside is safe, when the motorists, when the public transport is safe. Then if it will curb the security challenges in Zamfara, I think that is the best. Anything that can lead to a secure life and a place that will create an atmosphere of peace, I think it's worth it. So it will, people will divert to Nigeria. They quickly adapt to a lot of things. If anything happen, forget about it. When Okada was banned in Lagos, people resort to tricycle. They resort to so many things. We didn't hear any armed robbery cases in Lagos. So banning Okada in Zamfara will not lead to any employment. People will divert to another employment or anything that will bring food to their table.
Zamfara state government tells citizens to get guns to defend themselves. What is your view on that?
The man is saying the right thing, but the only thing is that you should make sure there's a legislation in the state assembly. Since federal government has failed in its own duty, and both soldiers, whatever they have, police have all failed. Maybe because the people causing problem all over the country are from the same area with our president. At least everybody knows X-Men carrying AK-47, and police did not do anything. The soldiers did not do anything. So they should not be concerned. The state government, what you just need is back it up with a legislation from the state assembly. because nobody can be watching people killing its citizens and they will not react. It's just like having a child and somebody wants to kill your child. Will you keep quiet? You will move towards and defend your child, and that's what the governor is doing. But you should back it up with a law or a legislation within his own state.
The government gave order to ban Okada in the state and also directed security to shoot at any site, any violators of the Okada. With this, won't it lead to unemployment in the state? And also, will it curb insecurity happening in the state?
What I feel is that's not the best solution, because there are many people where they are living, cars cannot get there and they will need Okada. So you should approve Okada, but all Okadas must be well licensed, and they should have maybe a code for every licensed Okada person. Yes, many of these kidnappers, terrorists, and herdsmen, you can't say they ride Okada too, and they use to escape. So, but it's not by banning. You should make sure they create a legislation that will control who and who, and how that will make it possible for them to be able to monitor Okada people, or else it will be creating problems for the common people who cannot afford cars.